What is happening, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video. Getting towards the end of the year in 2022. Been setting a lot of new goals for the new year. I'm really excited, super grateful to be in this position to be able to share this video. And yeah, I just wanted to share the news. I put out some posts, I think yesterday or the day before. I track my net worth every single month. So I track all of my assets, all of my liabilities, all my income, all my debts, and I break down my net worth each and every month. And this is something I've been doing for the last couple of years. And yeah, I'm officially a millionaire, which is pretty crazy. So if you're wondering what does it take to become a millionaire, that's all of your assets, everything you own, your properties, everything. It could be all your mortgages, the money in your bank, your stocks, index funds, personal items at your house, everything minus all of your debts, right? So how much do you owe on your mortgages? Any of your debts, maybe you have college debt, maybe you owe money to this person or that person, right? Everything you own versus minus off all of your debts, that's your net worth. And yeah, I wanted to make this video not to show off or anything, right? Like, it's still crazy to me that I'm actually a millionaire now. It's absolutely insane because it was, about 9 years ago that I was 250 pounds. I was, $23,000 in debt. I was smoking 6 to 8 blunts a day. I was arrested 3 or 4 years before, and I was on probation for multiple years for selling weed. And, I was living at home with my parents, and I was delivering pizzas, right? I mean, I didn't have a college education really or anything. I ended up going to college afterwards, but it's crazy. So I don't share this to impress anybody, just to share some lessons and what I've done, right? So hopefully this helps. We got a bunch of people coming in. I appreciate the love. Joji, great to see everybody here. Thank you so much. So let's just get right into the video. And I spent some time, I just left the gym, just writing down some notes of 10 of the things that really stood out to me. So if you're watching this video and you're maybe just starting your business or your journey, maybe you're a bit younger. I'm 35 now. And what's up, Scott? And you're like, I want to be a millionaire, or whatever it is your goal is, it doesn't, being a millionaire, honestly, isn't even the same thing as what it used to be 20 years ago. Let's be honest. $1 million isn't even that much money nowadays. So it's just one of those things that, I don't know, for some reason, I always wanted to hit that mark. So I don't define my worth and value as a person based on money. But I think there's some really good lessons here, and I'd rather have $1 million than not. So let's get right into it. Number one, you've got to live below your means. And this is something that I've done for many years. I don't go out and buy tons of different items. A lot of people, and there'll probably be some comments that come in you're in a truck, you're in a Toyota Tacoma making a video, and you're writing on a piece of paper that is a property reevaluation bill. You're not a millionaire because society trains you. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to have all these fancy cars and spend all this money and be showing off. And, look at me. I mean, I look like a scrub, right? But the truth is, most of the people that are out there flashing and dashing and showing off, they're leasing cars, renting houses. They're just full of what. I'm not telling you that. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but it's a lot harder to become a millionaire when you're living over your means, when you're spending a bunch of money, when you have a bunch of debt, when you have a bunch of bills. And I'm not cheap, right? I am Jewish, honestly. I am, my father's Jewish, and so I've got the Jewish bloodline in me, right? But I'm not, all jokes aside, I am Jewish, but I'm not in the sense of I don't spend a dime, and I don't take care of people, and I don't spend money. You guys have been following me. I travel, I stay in hotels, I buy nice things. I just purchased a freaking $20,000 fence for my house, a hot tub, a sauna, a freaking biocharger that was 15 grand. I spend money on things, but I don't go out and spend a lot of money on stupid stuff that, I don't know, is just going to put me in tons of debt. If I'm going to buy something, I'll spend cash because I got the money. But I've noticed, and this is point number 2, most people have their thermostat set at broke even or just enough to survive. So think about how a thermostat will work in your house. So say, for example, your thermostat's set to 70 degrees. Once it hits, 69, 68, the heat is going to crank up and get you back to that thermostat. And everybody has a financial thermostat. And this is the way that I was for years. I had the thermostat that as long as my bills were being paid and I was getting by, then, no matter how much money I made, if I had 20 grand in my bank or 10,000 in my bank, I would spend it all to get my thermostat back to where I'm comfortable. And the only way to reset your thermostat is to reset your mind, your beliefs. And I spent tens of thousands of dollars working, with Tony Robbins coaches, investing in a lot of books, a lot of self-development stuff. And while a lot of people might not see a direct ROI, let's be honest, at the end of the day, all we are is just a body full of cells and a brain and blood that's going through us. And we make decisions based on our brain and our biochemistry and all these different things. So the number one thing you can do is work on your mind. And that's what I did. I spent a lot of time working on my mind. Number 3, automate investing. So I've automated all my investing where money just comes out of my accounts every single month. I pay myself first. I have money that comes out of my accounts. There's nothing I could do about it. I actually have a fiduciary planner who works with me, and pretty much they take my money out. It goes into the index funds. It goes into my real estate funds. It goes into different things for me to buy properties, which I could talk more about. But dollar cost averaging in to index funds and investing early on, the earlier you invest, the more you're going to be able to accumulate wealth, right? I wish I would have started investing in real estate. I have 3 properties now, but I wish I would have started investing 10, 12 years ago, because I would have hit the $1 million mark, much quicker. Now, the thing when it comes to investing in index funds or stocks or real estate, all these things, the things could crash, right, over 1 to 3 to 5 years. But the longer you're in the market, the longer you own real estate, assets like that produce dividends, or maybe they produce cash flow from rents, so on and so forth, you're going to win long term, not only with the cash flow, but over the long haul. A lot of these things appreciate really well. So that's very important. So number 1, live below your means. Number 2, invest in yourself and reset your financial thermostat. You can make all the money in the world. You can do all the right decisions. But if your mind is set at just having $5,000 in your bank account, no matter how much money you make, you're just going to spend it or lose it or give it away or sabotage your success. Number 3, dollar cost averaging in. And you could take that idea and you can move it towards not only index funds, but also dollar cost averaging in to investing into real estate. Number 4, and this is a big one right here. And a lot of people, they subscribe to the whole Dave Ramsey train, which I love Dave Ramsey. I'm a big fan of a lot of things that Dave Ramsey says. But I feel like a lot of the people are on the, what was that book called? It was this guy named something DeMarco. He wrote a book called the Fast Lane Millionaire or something like that. There's a slow lane and then there's a fast lane. The slow lane is living under your means, saving money, putting in index funds, maybe buying a property every 5 years or so, and you'll become a millionaire. If you just put money into the market, even a couple $100 a month, starting at 18, you'll be guaranteed to be a millionaire by the time you're 60 years old, based on the market and so on and so forth. You could become a millionaire fast, or you can become a millionaire slow. The fastest way, in my opinion, to become a millionaire is to learn how to make money with an online business. And there's a lot of different ways that I've made money with online businesses. You could save all the money in the world, but focus on generating income. And that's one of the things that have helped me. And I'm not saying I've done this quickly. It took me 9 years. But you could save, you could automate your investing, you could reset your thermostat, you could live below your means. But the fastest way to build your net worth is to actually make money. You have to learn how to generate income. eBay business, Amazon FBA. There's a lot of other things that you could do as well. There's tons of different businesses, personal branding, affiliate marketing, email marketing, creating courses and coaching, building your own business and selling a brick and mortar business. Generating income is the number one thing that I like to focus on, considering that I have my foundation built. Living below my means, I'm developing my mind, and I'm resetting my financial thermostat. I'm taking my profits and I'm investing it into assets, into different things that generate cash flow or dividends, but I'm focusing on generating income. So that's why every single one of you guys here and gals, you're in the right place, because you're learning how to make money online. And the profit margins with an online business is absolutely huge. And it was a good question that came in from Suitcase Murphy. I'm at about 20% cash right now. So I have most of my money invested, and I put out a post recently saying, I don't feel like a millionaire because I don't have $1 million, right? A lot of that is invested in, my business. It's invested in real estate and mortgages and index funds and different investments, right? So, but still, it's not bad. But that's another tip right there. I'll just throw a bonus tip on. You don't want to be sitting on cash because cash is losing value every single day, every single year. It's losing money just due to the prices and inflation and everything going up. So that's a big tip. Number 5, eliminate bad high interest debt. One of the reasons why people are stuck on the, the hamster wheel of just getting by and not being able to accumulate wealth and not being able to build their net worth is because they have high interest credit cards, high interest debt, and just debt in general that is eating away any of their profits. And every time they try to take a couple steps forward, they have debt that is just absolutely crushing them. So, even when it comes to starting a business, I'm not a huge fan of going into debt. I don't like it. In my Amazon business that I've, grown to over 50K, I could be at 150K a month right now by going into debt, but it goes against my principles. It goes against my philosophy. So I'd rather grow slowly, build my foundations, build my systems, build my team. So eliminating bad debt is absolutely huge. Number 6, and this is a way that I've made a ton of money. I definitely wouldn't have become a millionaire if it wasn't for this, and that's digital marketing, building a brand, selling courses, affiliate marketing. I think that everybody should realize that every single one of you are a brand, whether you like it or not. Especially if you're selling on Amazon and you're making money. If you could learn how to make $1,000, you can make $100,000 teaching somebody how to make $1,000. Now, the thing is, there's a lot of scammers out there, and there's a lot of times where even in the past, I would kind of cross the line, not being as ethical as I would like, doing things just for money. And I never did anything crazy, right? I didn't go Logan Paul freaking, who's been watching the whole Logan Paul thing lately? That's crazy. But it's easy to, cross the line of ethics or just become too much of a marketer and stop doing what people are actually paying you to learn how to do. So I've made all the mistakes in the world, but I've made a lot of money from coaching courses, affiliate marketing, so on and so forth. And I feel like everybody, if you're making money online running an Amazon business, start a YouTube channel. Start sharing and documenting what you're doing. You don't even have to sell courses or anything. Just create valuable blog posts, valuable videos, recommend the tools and the resources that you're utilizing. Because let's be real, someone like myself who's doing over 50K a month, if there's a person who's brand spanking new, who do you think they're going to relate to more? Someone who's making $5,000 a month or $2,000 a month versus me? Obviously the person who's making $2,000 a month, because they're going to understand them more. So don't think, oh, there's so many other people out there doing it. People are going to relate to you much more than they're going to relate to me. So start your YouTube channel, your Instagram, start documenting, start sharing. And there's a lot of ways to help people and make money. And I can tell you right now, leveraging my brand and actually trying to help people through my content's made a big, big difference in becoming a millionaire. Number 7, this is another huge reason a lot of people don't accumulate wealth, and it's they get burned out. They do everything on their own and they get stuck working in the business versus on the business. And this is a muscle, right? Just like going to the gym and going from 100-pound bench press to 200-pound bench press to 300-pound bench press, you have to put yourself under stress. You have to build your muscle. You have to work out and build that muscle and get stronger. The same thing applies when you're going to build a team. Building a team is very challenging. It's hard. There's a lot of systems and processes you have to learn, how to communicate with people, how to not offend other people, how to manage other folks, how to get people to work hard, how to get people to care, how to not be a jackass to people, which I've struggled with in the past, to be honest. But building a team to support you, and also outsourcing and delegating things that you don't necessarily like but are very important for the business, so you can focus on things that are more important. I'd never be able to be making videos and creating content if I was the only person working in my Amazon business. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even be making this video because I'd be at home sourcing items from eBay to Amazon right now. So by having a team and building a team in all areas of bookkeeping and taxes and sourcing and listing and shipping and video editing and graphic design, and the list goes on and on and on, it was a huge contributor to my success in becoming a millionaire early on, is building a team to help support me. Number 8, reducing taxes. Taxes can absolutely destroy your wealth accumulation. And obviously, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know, everything, but I've learned a lot. And I can tell you right now that you want to have yourself a good accountant, someone on your team to help you to reduce your taxes. A couple things that I've done to reduce taxes over the years is number one, investing into retirement accounts. So I used to invest in a SEP IRA. And in a sense, think of it as if you're going to pay taxes on $100,000. You can actually invest money into this account, which will essentially lower your tax burden. And again, you're kind of just switching money from one hand to another, but it's lowering your tax burden. So instead of paying maybe 15 in taxes, you pay 10. So you save $5,000, but you have to take that cash and move it into an account you might not be able to use later on, right? There's different types of IRAs and different investments accounts. So definitely talk to somebody. And a big thing for me was a couple years back, I don't know how long it's been, 3 years or so, I switched from just an LLC to an S corporation, which saved me a lot of money in taxes as well. So having a good team to help you, just making sure that you're depreciating things, real estate, there's all different types of ways to reduce taxes. Again, if you're brand new and you're just starting your business, you don't really have to worry about this as much as you would think. I would focus on generating income first and foremost, but reducing taxes is absolutely huge. Number 9, this was probably, I think I would like to put this almost at the top of the list. Now you might be thinking like, this isn't that important, but there's something about your brain that goes after what it focuses on. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activation system. And essentially your brain, it's almost like, think about those ships that shoot off missiles and it like locks on a target and it just goes after it until it hits it. It's got like that sense of acuity to be able to do it. Your brain's the same way. When you track something, when you're watching something, when you're observing something, your brain is like focused on that as a goal. And one of the things I started doing in like 2019 or 2020, it was probably 2019, I started tracking my net worth. Okay. I started tracking my net worth and I started to just track all my assets, all my liabilities every single month. And I would track to see what was happening. Where was I winning? Where was I losing? Why was it increasing? Why was it decreasing? And I started to kind of figure out these little equations for how to get my net worth to increase and how to reduce the things that were hurting me. And just by tracking my numbers and knowing my numbers and just different things related to this, and I could even go on a tangent with like KPIs and knowing my numbers in my business, it's so important. But I think everybody, every single month, once a month, you should absolutely be tracking your net worth. Have a spreadsheet. You can go online, just type in net worth tracker. You can download one for free. Just track everything you own that's an asset, and then everything that's a liability, a debt, so on and so forth. Track all your credit cards, track all your, your PayPal accounts, track all your investment accounts, track the value of your real estate, track everything. And get an understanding of what is your net worth. Who cares if you're in the negative? Who cares if it's only 5,000, 10,000? Start tracking it now, because then you'll have optics. You'll be able to see exactly where you are. And the only way to move to that next step is to know where you are now. And last but not least, number 10, and I'll recap everything in a second, building assets over liabilities. Every time you buy a vehicle, or you buy, like even in my example, like buying like a hot tub, that's a liability. It costs me money. Buying a sauna, that costs me money in a sense, but I look at it almost as an investment because it's making me healthier, and it's making me feel better and reducing stress, making me live longer. So for me, I don't mind those types of liabilities, but there's a lot of different things that you can buy, like, going out and buying, I don't know, maybe a gaming computer or something. Maybe it has nothing to do with your business. That would be a liability. It just costs you money. Maybe you buy a second home, but you're not renting it out. It's just for fun, vacation. That's a liability. It costs you money. There's taxes, there's upkeep. Do a quick Google search. What's the difference between an asset and a liability? An asset will make you money. A liability will lose you money. So the ultimate goal is to build assets long term. Now, if you're new, you don't have a lot of money, you might be thinking, how do I build an asset? Start your Amazon business. That's an asset. Start your YouTube channel. That's an asset. Every single day, my YouTube channel generates income. Every single day, my Amazon business generates income. I have a membership site where I teach people how to sell on eBay to Amazon, and I have courses. They generate income, right? My real estate properties, I have tenants that are paying off the mortgage and building equity in the property, but I'm also cash flowing. That's an asset. My personal home that I live in is a liability because it takes money away from me. Now, obviously, everybody needs a home and a place to live, but that's a liability. A lot of people think your home is an asset. It's not an asset. It's a liability. You lose money on it. Long term, yeah, you're going to pay down your mortgage, so on and so forth. So you're not going to lose as much money as you would think, and you might come out a little bit, ahead, but it really is a liability. It's not really making you any money. It's losing money. So let's recap, okay? Number one, live below your means. That's helped me tremendously to not go out and be super materialistic. I made this mistake back in 2018 when I went and I bought a beautiful Corvette. Who here? Put a 1 in the comments if you remember when I had the Corvette. It was fun. I landed some cuties, right? I attracted some ladies, had some fun, got some good pictures. Not gonna lie, it was a good time. But after a while, I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself in this thing. I don't even know how to drive it. I'm gonna freaking end up in the newspaper, right? In the 6 o'clock news. And I'm like, I don't even care about this car. I could give two damns. A lot of people, like I was saying, is like, you're in a Toyota Tacoma. Yeah, but guess what? I go to sleep every night and I know I got hundreds of thousands of dollars in my bank account. I know I have assets generating me income. I know I have different things making me money. So I don't care what you think about me. I don't care if that's a difference between me and not you, but like me and you, like the people that are judging me. I'm going to talk to the guy who's like hating on me. Here's the difference between me and you. You care about what everybody thinks about you. You care about how you look. You care about if people are going to buy your course and spend all this money and how you're going to look. I can give two shits what people think about me at this point. Don't like me. I don't care. Don't buy my courses. I don't care, because I know I come from a good place and I know I'm trying to help people and I know I'm trying to make a difference. And I know when I go to sleep at night, I don't have to worry about having all these bills and expenses and having to worry about all these debts and stuff. I go to sleep nice. Now, I still got my demons, right? I still have challenges I'm going through, all because I'm a millionaire now. Doesn't mean I don't have anxiety. Doesn't mean I'm not dealing with depression. Doesn't mean I haven't put on 40 pounds and I woke up this morning feeling like shit and feeling like, damn, like I got to change my life. Like I still am fighting my demons. So I don't want anybody to think like, oh, he's a millionaire now, so like his life is so perfect. Like I have a lot of demons that I'm fighting that nobody knows about, because I don't talk about these things on YouTube. I'm not going to talk about anxiety and depression and different things and childhood things and little traumas, because like you guys aren't following me for that. But just know that this image that a lot of you guys see of like, oh, Steve's always upbeat and everything's great and he's like, it's not a front, but it doesn't make any sense for me to sit here and cry and whine about problems and stuff. But just know money doesn't fix everything. It fixes a lot of things, but it doesn't fix like emotional things. And, I still have to develop and stuff. So live below your means. Reset your financial thermostat. Develop yourself, which I'm always continuing to do. Number 3, automate your investing. Right? Dollar cost average into index funds, dollar cost average into real estate long term, which my goal is to buy another rental property every 2 to 3 years. Focus on generating income. Build your Amazon business, build your YouTube channel, build your personal brand, build those assets. You might not see an ROI right now, but in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you'll be freaking super happy that you started your business and you started investing in these different assets and things that make money. Number 5, eliminate bad high interest debt. So once you start making money, get rid of the high interest credit cards. Get rid of the school loans or anything. I mean, you might not have to pay those off super quick if it's a super low interest rate, but anything that's like 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 15% interest rate, get rid of those things as quick as possible. Leverage your brand. If you haven't started a brand, leverage your brand, because you can get fast cash injections through coaching and courses and affiliate marketing. Considering that you're ethical, that you're helping people, that you're making a difference, and you're not being a piece of you-know-what. Number 7, build your team. Again, in the beginning, you're not going to focus on this, but over time, you want to build your team to support growth and to support your business and to support your mentality and to support everything. You can't do everything on your own, and you might be able to work 12 to 16 hours every single day today, but long-term, you're going to burn yourself out. And if you just focus on working in your business versus working on your business, you're never going to grow and build what you want, okay? Number 8, reduce your taxes. Get yourself a good accountant. Get yourself a good lawyer. Research how to reduce taxes once you're making money. Okay, so I talked about how I went from an LLC to an S Corp, which someone said before an LLC is better. It depends, right? Depends how much money you're making, depends on your business. I'm not here giving, I'm not trying to give you tax advice or anything. Like, I'm talking about my experience. So take this for entertainment purposes, but talk to someone who's an expert. Don't listen to me. Talk to an expert. Let them, dive into your financial situation and figure out how you can reduce taxes, investing in retirement accounts, Roth retired accounts, retirement accounts, legal entities, looking into how you structure your business, maybe a SEP IRA, maybe different things like that. Track your net worth, know your numbers every single month. Build a routine to track your net worth and know your numbers. I don't give a damn how much money you're making. Track your net worth and focus on just tracking it and building it slowly over time. And then last but not least, build your assets over liabilities. So there we go. That's it. So I'm going to take on some questions. Take a deep breath. It's crazy. It's crazy how much I could talk without passing out. So let's see what we got for any comments. My 75-year-old uncle is a multimillionaire and he still lives in a 1,500 square foot house that he built when he was 18. I don't know if I think I want to live in a bigger house than that when I get to that age. But, oh, I see a kid right now who actually taught how to sell Amazon at the gym. Maybe I'll say what up to him. But, yeah, I don't know if I want to live like that. But, yeah, a lot of people, you know, are definitely living below their means. Brody says, congrats, Steve. Been watching you for years and happy to see you're winning. Your vet was awesome. Yeah, that was a badass vet. Joji's laughing. What's going on, bearded picker? Any dividend stocks worth looking into? I mean, I just invest into, I don't even do the investing myself. I have a fiduciary planner who does it all, but it's all index funds. So they pretty much focus on reallocating my investments every single month, every couple of months. So I know I'm in some emerging markets. I'm in the S&P 500. I don't focus on it, right? I just don't focus on it. I hire people that are smarter than me. And the good thing about a fiduciary planner is they don't get paid based on what they recommend me. They get paid on my results. So they're not going to be like, you have to watch out for certain financial planners. They'll get paid based on what they recommend to you, and they don't make money on your success. They make money on, it's like doctors, right? There's a lot of doctors out there who are complete scam artists. They're in bed and in relationships with these pharmaceutical companies, and they're pushing pills down your throat because they're getting a paycheck, right? Absolutely unethical. So fiduciary planner is on your side, not on the side of them making as much money as possible. Amanda says, this is easier said than done for sure. Oh, it is. It's a muscle to build for sure. Gustavo, appreciate it. Raking rich, raking poor. Oh, it's good to see you, Gustavo. I missed the beginning. What's the total for each of your asset groups that equals $1 million? So my assets are, I just did this the other day. It was like 1.75 million. And then my liabilities was like a little over 700,000. And someone asked me, well, how do you have $700,000 of debt? Real estate. So one of my properties I owe, well, my personal residence, I owe, I don't know, 300 something thousand. And then another property I owe like 150, then 160. And then there's some other random debts. So, my assets are built into, like my assets are made up of cash, which is around 20% or so. Then real estate, stocks and index funds, and then business. Appreciate you, Joji. Thank you so much. Denise, congrats, Steve. Thanks for sharing the wisdom. Hopefully this helps. I'm just sharing some things that have worked for me. Appreciate that, everybody. And I want to know who here is going to start tracking their net worth. Please, if there's anything you can do out of anything I mentioned, start tracking your net worth. Start doing it every single month. Start tracking your net worth. It's really important. That's the ultimate scorecard when it comes to your finances. Can you recommend a cheap barcode printer and address label? Cheap? I don't know about any cheap ones. I used to have a Dymo, which they aren't cheap. I just purchased a $200 Rollo, so that's not cheap. If anything, I would just get like a Brother laser printer, get a used one from the thrift store, get some 30-up labels, and you'll be good to go. That's probably the cheapest option. Joji says, I track Jeff Bezos' net worth. Scott says, thanks for all the content you put out. You're helping change my life. Hey, Scott, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate that a lot. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask away, and I'll take a couple more questions before I head off. Great to see Amanda here. Joji, got a lot of eBay to Amazon folks in the house right now, which is great. I'm super pumped up. I'm going to be having an update to my December eBay to Amazon business numbers coming soon. So not only do I track my net worth, but I track my numbers and my KPIs every month in my business, and I share them transparently on the on my Instagram. I don't know how long I'll do that, but I definitely want to do it for a little bit and break down numbers for everybody. Hey, Crispy, I appreciate that. All right, guys, so it looks like that's all we got for now. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Hopefully this helps. And I just want to thank everybody for their support. And thank you so much. Much love.